Welcome to Motorize. Today we're taking a close look at the Yamaha XVS 650 Dragstar VM03, an approachable mid-size cruiser with big charm and low upkeep. We'll show you where it shines, which weak points to know about, and what really matters when you're buying. You'll also get first-hand real-world know-how, from starting manners and ride comfort to smart accessories. One detail up front. Unlike most cruisers in this class, the Dragstar runs a shaft-driven rear wheel. That keeps the tail tidy and your pants clean. In typical Yamaha fashion, the Speedo sits in a tank-mounted console. The teardrop tank holds 16 liters, and the seat height stays very low. Whether you're a beginner, a commuter, or a rider who's in it for the pleasure, the VM03 promises laid-back miles with classic looks. Let's dive in, straightforward, honest, and with a clear recommendation at the end. History and development. When Yamaha unveiled the XVS 650 Dragstar in 1997, the aim was clear: the archetypal mid-size cruiser, plenty of chrome, laid-back ergonomics, and a low-maintenance drive. Unusual for the class, it ran a shaft drive instead of a chain. The lineup soon split into custom, narrow 19-inch front tire and classic, wide 16-inch front. With the VM03 revision, the tuning was refined: revised jetting for the Mikuni BDS 28 carbs, a secondary air system for cleaner combustion, and quieter mufflers, without losing that deep, throaty pulse. Visually, it stayed true to form with long fenders, spoked wheels, and a tank-mounted console, while the electrics and exhaust layout received careful detail updates. The steel double cradle frame and hidden monoshock remained central to the concept. Classic looks, modern manners. And so the Dragstar matured from newcomer to dependable stalwart, loved by beginners and old-school fans alike. Technical highlights. At its heart beats a 70-degree V-twin displacing 649cc, air-cooled, with an overhead cam and 2 valves per cylinder. It's fed by twin Mikuni BDS 28 constant-velocity carburetors. The VM03 puts out about 40 horsepower at around 6,500 RPM and roughly 50 Nm at 3,000 RPM. Power goes through a 5-speed gearbox to a shaft drive. Quiet, clean, and almost maintenance-free day-to-day. Up front, a single 298mm disc handles braking. Out back, there's a drum. A steel double cradle frame sets a wheelbase of about 610mm. The stock seat height is very low, and the teardrop tank holds 16 liters. At the rear, a hidden monoshock delivers that hardtail look, while a conventional telescopic fork works up front. Ready to ride, the VM03 feels nimble and planted, complete with electric start, a classic tank-mounted instrument cluster, and spoked wheels as an authentic finishing touch. Design and ergonomics. The Dragstar 650 is a love letter to classic lines: a long tank with a chrome console, wire-spoked wheels, a deeply valanced fender, and that chrome V-twin as the centerpiece. The seat's narrow, tunneled profile helps shorter riders plant their feet with confidence at a stop. Forward-set pegs, a wide, slightly pulled-back bar, and a low saddle make for relaxed cruising. A clever design trick: the hidden monoshock gives the rear the look of a hardtail, yet delivers real comfort. Signature touch: the tank-mounted speedometer, with the indicator lights and ignition switch grouped right there. The custom model wears a 190/19 up front, lending the nose a slender, chopper-like silhouette. Twin pipes in classic lines complete the picture. Understated, cohesive, and timeless, without gimmicky flourishes. Here, function follows form, and that form is unmistakably cruiser. Ride and everyday usability. In the saddle, the VM03 shows exactly what it was built for: laid-back cruising. The V-twin pulls smoothly from below 3,000 RPM, and a tall fifth gear lets it lope along unhurriedly on back roads. The shaft drive smooths out on-off throttle transitions and cuts down on maintenance. With a low seat and low center of gravity, maneuvering is easy. At walking pace, the narrow bars want a bit of persuasion, but the bike stays planted through long sweepers. A single front disc and rear drum deliver adequate stopping power, though they do ask for a firm squeeze at the lever. Day-to-day, the heel-toe shifter makes booted shifts a breeze, and cold starts are reliably handled by the choke on the left carb. Expect around 5 miles per 100 kilometers, and the 16-liter tank gives you comfortable range between fuel stops. The limiting factor is lean angle. The pegs touch down early. Classic cruiser behavior, predictable and never out to catch you. Strengths and highlights. The Dragstar VM03 blends toughness with character. Its air-cooled V-twin serves up usable grunt in the low and mid-range, perfect for two-up cruising. The shaft drive is a real bonus, clean, durable, almost maintenance-free, and composed when you just let it roll. Ergonomics impress with a low seat height for confident footing and a relaxed riding position that takes the strain off your back and wrists. Wrenchers will appreciate the practical touches. Valve clearances adjust via screw and lock nut, the carbs are easy to reach, and the final drive has its own oil, keeping maintenance straightforward. Visually, the VM03 shines with plenty of chrome and thoughtful details like the teardrop air cleaner cover. The custom-style front end with a narrow 19-inch wheel gives it light, easy turn-in. Bottom line, a dependable, low-fuss cruiser with an honest vibe and surprising everyday practicality that still feels and sounds solid years down the road. Weak points and common issues. The VM03 has its quirks. The most common is the vacuum petcock. If the diaphragm tears, fuel makes its way into the engine. Watch for a rising oil level and a fuel smell in the oil. After long storage, the idle jets in the Mikuni BDS-28 carbs tend to clog, making cold starts sluggish and the idle rough. The charging system is marginal, especially with added accessories. A fresh regulator/rectifier and solid grounds work wonders. The single front disc with old rubber hoses feels mushy. Stainless braided lines are a big improvement. Lean angle is limited. The pegs touch down early. On the shaft drive, the drive splines suffer if you don't use molybdenum disulfide grease during tire changes. Expect clicking and play as a result. Popping on decel from the secondary air system is typical. Tight hoses or block-off plates calm it down. Bonus tip: listen to the starter clutch. If it screeches loudly, work is coming. Accessories and customization options. The Dragstar is a fantastic blank canvas. Popular mods include street-legal slip-on mufflers paired with Stage 1 jetting. If you want to stop the popping on decel, add AIS block-off plates. For a more relaxed leg position, go with 4-inch 100mm forward control extensions and 1-inch 25mm handlebar risers for a more upright stance. Touring is easy with quick-release windscreens, a sissy bar with luggage rack from the Yamaha Genuine Accessories catalog, and saddlebags. Bobber fans bolt on rear fenders and solo seats. The hidden monoshock keeps the comfort. White wall tires add visual flair. Rear 170/80/15 and up front, depending on version, either 190/19 or 130/90/16. A practical upgrade, braided stainless front brake lines noticeably improve feel and modulation. Proven names include Failing for crash bars and Mustang for seats. If you switch to LED turn signals, install the correct relay. Otherwise, you'll get hyperflash. The result, a look that's truly your own, with the same laid-back riding character. Market value and buying criteria. Well-kept Yamaha XVS 650 Dragstar VM03s typically fetch €2,800 to €4,500. Top one owner, low-mileage bikes go higher. Condition matters more than model year. Cold start. The choke should engage cleanly, the engine should idle steadily, and it should rev without stumbling, otherwise budget for a carb service. Checks. Feel for play at the rear wheel. Shaft drive splines. Look for oil mist at the final drive, and ensure the exhaust and foot peg brackets are straight. Misalignment can indicate a tip over. Brakes. Single disc up front, drum at the rear, no ABS. Electrics. You want charging voltage above 14 volts with the revs up. Chrome. Inspect the fender seams closely for rust. Plus, the 29 kilowatt rating in the registration makes the VM03 A2 license compliant. Strong price levers, a documented service history, and fresh TEV roadworthiness inspection. Verdict and buying advice. If you're after a tough, affordable cruiser with timeless looks, the Yamaha XVS 650 Dragstar VM03 will make you very happy. Its 649cc V-twin has enough bite for country roads and the city, while the shaft-driven 5-speed runs silky smooth with virtually no upkeep. A low seat height, low center of gravity, and a 16-liter tank make everyday riding easy, and parts availability is excellent. Know the usual watch-outs: the vacuum-operated fuel tap, clean carbs, the charging system, and play in the shaft drive splines. If those check out, you're getting a durable companion with loads of charm and surprisingly low running costs. Want more punch? Step up to the 1100. More style per euro? Rarely. Our recommendation: buy if condition and history stack up. ideal for A2 license holders, commuters, and laid-back cruisers. The VM03 isn't a sprinter, but it's a character bike that will keep you smiling for a long time. Clear thumbs up.